Yes. First of all, N'Golo Kante is an absolute beast. And secondly, there is no chance in hell that Lukaku should start against Liverpool in the cup final.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, that was a very, very good performance from Chelsea. I found it very strange. There were few fans in my watch-along that were actually not very appreciative of how we've played. But I thought that performance was an upgrade to what we've seen in recent times. Let's get into some of the talking points. I don't want to dwell too much about the lineups and why not. Well, one factor in the lineup we need to dwell about. But first talking point is the dropping of Romelu Lukaku and how we've played this particular game without him. First of all, kudos to Thomas Tuchel to be able to make that decision, because in recent times he's been playing Lukaku almost as if it's like he's had his hands tied in the back and he was forced to keep playing. Lukaku gets dropped, ladies and gentlemen, and surprise, surprise, we looked so much fluent. We looked so well drilled up front. It was almost as if to see the team was trying to prove a point that without Romelu Lukaku, they play a lot better. Havertz up front through the middle, Pulisic on his favorite position on the left, Ziyech on the right. Not really as the widest right player, but more tucked in. And that's probably why he was the only player that I thought, even before his injury, probably didn't look that well in that whole system. And we know that in a back three, he likes to be the widest player, but in a back three, it just doesn't happen. Aspie ends up being the widest player. But we looked electric. We were moving the ball quick. The movement was very, strong and good. We were pressing intensely. And we created some really good chances in the first half. Kai Havertz in the first 5 minutes should have had an opportunity. There was a good cross from Azpilicueta whipped in. Kai Havertz should have put that away. Then there was another opportunity where Kai cut back in, took a shot, very well saved from the Lille goalkeeper. Then eventually enough, Ziyech with a corner, Kai with a header. Kai looked excellent. I mean, this whole situation of Lukaku not playing, it just tells you, I hope Lukaku was taking some notes, because the way Kai played is exactly how Chelsea Football Club needs their striker, false nine, whatever you want to call it, to play up front. We need fluidity up front. We can't just have the striker up front just pencil themselves down in the middle of two CBs and expect service to just fall into their plate all the time. It's not going to happen. So I hope Romelu Lukaku is taking notes as to what it takes to play for Chelsea Football Club under Thomas Tuchel's style. This is how we played last season with that fluid front three. Yeah, we didn't put away the chances, but we created a lot of chances. That's the thing. And Romelu Lukaku needs to do that. For me, Lukaku, he shouldn't start against Liverpool. And that's one of the biggest takeaway I took off the back of this game, winning 2-0 against Lille. And we controlled the match, to be honest. I can't picture how Lukaku just comes straight back into the team. I think that sends the wrong message to the entire squad as well. The squad sees how well drilled and how we've operated without him. And for the cup final against Liverpool, I still would have Lukaku benched. He can be an option off the bench. I would probably go with Kai Havertz, definitely. I mean, off the back of that performance. Kai Havertz, Pulisic as well, off the back of that performance. Yes, he didn't deserve to start off the back of Palace's, but this particular game, Christian Pulisic was very good. Work rate was great. Defensive work rate. Up front, there was some good link-ups as well. My only issue, as I've always had with Pulisic, is he needs to have more key passes. I feel like if he just looks up and he's a better passer, he would be a phenomenal player. But great finish from Pulisic as well. So overall, I don't want to see Lukaku. That's the first talking point, ladies and gentlemen. Second talking point, I want to talk about N'Golo Kante. This is the perfect match for N'Golo Kante, where you have the opposition pressing high up. It was mad how Lille was pressing so intensely. I thought Lille would have seen the blueprint as to how to beat Chelsea and just basically sit deep, have a 5 at the back, 4 in front, maybe 1 up front, and then try and counter us. Because we, in a low block, we are not as decisive. I thought that's what they were going to do, and they're going to try and hit us with pace. But instead, they wanted to attack us, and they wanted to press us and win the ball up front. And every time we beat their press, we opened them up, and then we had the counter situation in the transition. And N'Golo Kante, ladies and gentlemen, this was the perfect game for him, where without the ball, he can seek, he can win the ball back, destroy their play as well. And with the ball, when we beat the press, he can drive through midfield. And he made some really good decisions. There were a couple of times where he needed to make better decisions. There were ones, I think, he passed to Kai Havertz when he should have probably gone to Pulisic, in my opinion. But the second time around, he passed to Pulisic and we ended up getting that goal. For me, N'Golo Kante, the man of the match, interceptions, the engine, he was literally everywhere, gets himself that assist as well. Fantastic. Third point that I want to talk about is, we can talk about Christian Pulisic. I think Christian Pulisic in his favorite position looked so comfortable again. And I guess we need to continue on. We do need to continue. And now with Callum Hudson-Odoi being injured as well, whether he's ready, and I don't know, even if he's ready, I don't know whether he should be considered. Pulisic needs to be given that opportunity on the left side, and we'll see what he can do. Against Liverpool, he's always had a, good, it seems like that's his bunny team. He's always had good performances against Liverpool. So, and against Liverpool, I feel like Liverpool will do the same thing as Lille does. They press high. They will have that energy. They will try to win the ball up front. And if we can beat them without, beat their press, and then we can drive through the midfield, we can find players like Pulisic and Kai Havertz, we can do the damage. We can do the damage. And instead of Lukaku, the other person, now that Ziyech is injured, I would have Mason Mount up front. I think Mason would add that potency as well, knowing that Liverpool's going to press and it will bring in Mount's game as well. And hopefully he gets into scoring opportunities too. The other factor that I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is Kovacic and Hakim Ziyech. They're injured. Just when you see Hakim Ziyech getting into the stride, getting into some sort of momentum, he gets himself injured. And I'm just very worried whether this is going to have an impact into his, over the upcoming weeks, because he is someone, he's a momentum player. He gets into good momentum. He even said off the back of that Palace game that he's having the best spell at Chelsea so far. He was scoring goals, assisting goals, and really having an imprint in the game. Straight away, we could move into a back three. He didn't look that great today, but he picks up that injury. And I don't know how much that's going to break his momentum. We've seen how Ziyech, when he comes back from injury, it takes a bit of time for him to get back into it. So I just hope we don't get back into the trap of everyone starting to talk about, Ziyech needs to be sold. Because this is what happens with Chelsea fan base. Every time someone gets out of sight, you want to sell that player. Kovacic as well, ladies and gentlemen, gets himself injured. And it poses a bit of a conundrum for us, because I really wanted Kovacic and Kante against Liverpool, because the way they played, they're going to play similarly to Lille, except they're going to be far more potent up front. And I wanted Kovacic and Kante. And now that Kovacic is not there, this is a bit of a scenario. Who do we want? The natural selection is Jorginho, just comes straight back in. But should Saul and Ruben Loftus-Cheek be given some sort of an, look in? Kante undoubtedly starts, and we need to be careful as well. 3 matches in a row now for Kante, and also for Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva needs to play. Kante needs to play that to win that trophy as well. Hasn't won that trophy. But do we give a look into Ruben Loftus-Cheek? Probably not. Maybe Jorginho, someone who can control from the back. But I just want Jorginho to be progressive and not slow down the game too much. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, this match, great win, 2-0 at home. Champions League round of 16, first leg. Lille played very well. The people that have been disrespecting Lille, I know they're 10th or 11th in their league at the moment, but they're the defending French champion. They came first in their group stage in the Champions League. They're a very decent outfit. We controlled them without the ball. They didn't have a single great opportunity. Yeah, they had great pressing. Yeah, at times they countered well, but we negated every single one of their scenarios. So there is a thing about being able to control the match without the ball, and I think we did that defensively. We looked very well. Christensen had a very good game. Rudiger and Silva at times were a bit iffy here and there with their clearances, but overall had a very good game. Mendy, to be honest, wasn't really called upon any big saves. He had a right game. N'Golo Kante, for me, the man of the match. I just want to quickly share now some of the things that's going around in social media. This is the Chelsea Twitter page, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Advantage Chelsea. Nice picture of Kante Saul, Pulisic, and Havertz. This is Thiago Silva moving into the dressing room. What a colossal defender for us. Christian Pulisic, 2-0, great win for us. The US fan base are going mad today. PYS, whatever happens with Lukaku, Havertz must remain as number 9. Either Havertz partners Lukaku in a 2-striker system or Havertz plays as lone 9. His penalty box player with solid link-up play, his best Chelsea moment has come from his clever movement and instincts in the box. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. Tuchel has to play Havertz on Sunday as the number 9. It's non-debatable. Just watch that game. Liverpool will offer us plenty of opportunities to attack, and we looked really fluid and impressive tonight. Lukaku could probably should become an afterthought unless he improves. Yeah, and this is what I tweeted as well, ladies and gentlemen. My biggest takeaway from tonight's win is that Lukaku simply cannot start against Liverpool in the cup final. If we start him, then it's sending the wrong message to the entire squad. 100%, 100%. This is what Simon Phillips had. Some nice pictures. Professional job done. Fluid football. Quick and progressive, but most of all, we've finished a game off and worked hard for it. Something we've lacked recently. Great performance. 100% agreed. Last but not least, absolute Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen. N'Golo Kante has been voted the UEFA Man of the Match for his performance. There you go. My Man of the Match as well. UEFA Man of the Match as well, undoubtedly. And perfect kind of game for him as well, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Big win for us in the Champions League. I think it's a mountain to climb for Lille away from home. 2-0, 2 unanswered goals as well. I can't expect them to do that against us. I'm hoping we get another victory away from home as well. But, yeah. We should be happy with today's performance. A big, big eye-opener without Lukaku. And I think Lukaku should be taking some notes as well. Until next time, everyone. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. See ya.